Hey everyone, happy Tuesday. Happy day 2. I'm going to turn this down a little bit. Just give everybody kind of a couple minutes to hop on. Day 1 was awesome. I got so many comments and some of you emailed me some questions, which is super cool. So hopefully you guys had some success researching some keywords, specifically some long tail keywords. So today, what we're going to talk about is incorporating those keywords into your actual content, specifically through blogs. So for many people, I know that blog is a 4-letter word. It's something they don't want to do. It's something they have no interest in. You guys, I get it. You're not writers. A lot of you, you're trying to run a business, and to have to write a blog at the same time is really overwhelming. Bear with me here. Blogging is super important for a few reasons, mainly for SEO. It's one of the best things that you can do to add fresh new content to your site. So one of the things that Google looks at when it's ranking your site for SEO in search is if your content is new and updated. And then it's also going to look at if you have content that matches a particular term. So like we talked about, those kind of longer term key phrases and keywords that someone could be searching for. So how do we get all of those long tail keywords into content? It's through blogs, because if you try to do it in just your website content, you're going to end up with super long pages that just maybe don't necessarily make a lot of sense and that they're hard to read. So we have to remember that when we're writing content, obviously we want to apply SEO best practices and we want to do it for search, but we also don't want to look like crazy people when regular people come to our site and read it. So blogs are a great opportunity to do this. They're also a great way just to kind of showcase what you're good at. They're a great way to talk to your customer. They're a great way to connect with your customer. They're a great way to inform them about what you're an expert in, and really just give them some kind of idea of who you are before they even pick up the phone to call you or walk through your door if you're a physical location. So blogs are really important, but I get it. It's hard. It's hard to write. It's hard to kind of try to come up with something to write about specifically. And that's sort of the biggest block that a lot of people have when it comes to blogging, is they'll sit down to write and they're not sure what to talk about. They're not even sure where to start. So day 2 of our 5-day challenge is talking about blog brainstorming ideas. So this morning you should have gotten an email from me with a whole bunch, like a whole year worth of ideas, which are always great to kind of refer back to. But today we're going to kind of talk about some sort of general overall kind of brainstorming starters that can help you maybe get a little bit more specific into what's best to write about for your business. So let's start. The first kind of topic idea is to really focus kind of on timely stuff. So that is twofold. The first is kind of holidays and special events. So what's going on throughout the year and how can you relate it back to your business? And this is something that a lot of times people tend to forget. They may, all of a sudden it's St. Patrick's Day and you're like, oh shoot, I wanted to write something for St. Patrick's Day, but it's already passed, or it is actually St. Patrick's Day. And by the time you write it and get it up, it's going to be too late. So really kind of paying attention in advance to sort of seasonal holidays and happenings and things, and then really kind of planning out your content and how you want it to relate back to your business. Along those same lines, the second fold of that is timely things that are happening in your actual business. So we know a lot of retail businesses just came off of a super crazy busy Q4. So that's always something to try to plan in and sort of work around your content. Some businesses tend to be more seasonal, especially like wedding businesses and things like that, throughout the summer and the fall. So really just sort of focusing on how to build your business for that busy season, and then also then how you're going to maintain yourself during that busy season. So really kind of looking at the calendar as a whole is really important. And that's really what kind of helps to sort of plan out in advance. It helps you kind of be able to tackle some of those things. So you're not looking back and wishing that you had written content, or that you're looking back and realizing that it's been, 5 weeks since you last wrote a blog or something. Another good thing to look at, or to do actually, is to interview some of your employees or your customers, some of your best customers. What you can really get from this is your employees, especially if you don't necessarily work one-on-one with your clients and customers, your employees do. So talking to your employees or talking to the people that interact with your clients or customers is a great way to get some information about what your customers and your clients want to know. So things that they may not know about your business, those are great blog topics. Things that they love about your business, great blog topics, great things to focus on. Maybe some things that they're confused about. This is a great way, blogs are a great way to sort of tackle those confusions before people even have a chance to ask the question. You can also do sort of interviews like with employees as your actual blog. So you can feature your different employees, maybe one employee a month, talk about, them and their personality and sort of what is going on in their life and how they've helped your business. This is always a great thing to do because clients and customers, they want to know who they're working with. Even if they're just kind of walking into a store, they want to know, who's going to be there, what type of person's going to be serving them, especially in a service-based business, they want to know who they're going to be working with. So those are always great tools. Going off of that, you can always interview your customers, specifically customers that love you. So find out what they love about you. Why do particular clients or customers keep coming back again and again and again? You can always feature them as a featured testimonial or blog. You can always sort of turn that into an actual blog. So what makes you different? What makes you better than the competition? But the only way you're really going to figure that out is to talk to your brand advocates, talk to the people that really love you. A lot of times we tend to think we know why our customers like us or don't like us or sort of what they think about us. But just taking some time to talk to people, you'll actually really get some great knowledge that you can then turn into content. The next thing that we can talk about is frequently asked questions. This is a big one. So this you'll probably find by talking to some of your customers or your employees. You can also do some sort of searches on the web and see what people are actually searching for in your industry, what they're asking. Obviously, going off of our long tail keyword conversation from yesterday, frequently asked questions tend to be questions that people put into search bars. So by writing a blog centered around that question, not only are you answering the question for the person, so they're much more likely to want to come work with you, but you're much more likely to show up in search if you have a question that matches a question that people are typing into search. So that's always a great kind of brainstorming category to work off of. Checking out your competition is another great thing. So we don't necessarily want to copy our competition because you're different and you're unique and everybody has their sort of own place in this world. But just by kind of checking out what they're doing, what are they writing about? What are they, what blogs or content have they written that seem to just be getting a lot of traction, that people are commenting on, that people are liking, maybe things on their social media that's been shared a lot. Obviously, those are topics that your audience is going to be interested in. So how can you take what your competition is talking about and make it your own, make it unique, showcase it from your point of view and your business, and showcase how your business is different. We can also take, this is a big one too, is kind of off of that, is taking one blog and breaking it up into multiple parts. So don't necessarily feel like you have all of this pressure to kind of answer all of these questions in one blog or to tackle this sort of bigger topic all in one blog. If it's something that's really big and robust, break it up into multiple different parts. What's great about this is you tend to have a blog series now, so you have a couple different pieces of content ready to go. And also, with our shortened attention spans nowadays, you're not writing this sort of huge block of text that people tend to sort of check out from and not necessarily read all of. So as you're kind of going through and researching all of these topics, check out, which ones are sort of bigger topics, which ones are that could be broken down into a series. The other great thing about series is that you can let people know, okay, every Tuesday I'm going to be talking about this topic, or I'm going to be tackling the next piece in this conversation. So people will keep coming back every Tuesday wanting to see what you have to say. They're ready to get kind of the next piece of information. And finally, the last thing that you can kind of do is look at guest bloggers. This one's awesome because, one, you get a week off from blogging. Who doesn't love that? But two, you can kind of bring your audience a new perspective. So you can bring somebody who maybe has a little bit more experience in a certain area, or that complements your business really well, so you can offer more to your client or customer. This is a great way to do that. Also, when people guest blog, they tend to share that content on their own social media platforms. They tend to, talk it up and let their clients and their customers and their audience know that they had written a blog for you. So this is a great way to get more eyeballs from an audience that maybe you don't necessarily reach on a regular basis. You get to just sort of use these guest bloggers audience. So guest blogging is always a great one. Let's see. I think that's kind of the big sort of general topics that you can kind of use. So if you didn't catch them all, go back and you can watch this video again and just kind of write down so you have some sort of brainstorming ideas. Finally, I talked about a little bit in the email that I sent out this morning about one of my favorite tools to help brainstorm blogs. That is the HubSpot blog idea generator. And I'm going to stick it in the comments, the link to it in the comments. It's a super great tool. So if you kind of run through all of your list of, sort of brainstorming topic ideas, and you can't really come up with anything through there, and you've gone through the blog inspiration and you can't really think of anything in there, what you can do is then head over to the HubSpot blog idea generator and you type in just a couple of keywords or, sort of general what your business is about, and it can start to generate some blog topic ideas for you, which is awesome on a day when you're brain dead and you just need a break, but you still need something to write about. So I'm going to stick that in the comments. Hopefully you guys can start getting writing and you have some ideas and kind of spark some excitement into blogging. Again, tomorrow we will be back with content planning, so we're going to build upon our keyword research and our blogging idea, and then now we're going to plan all of this great content so you can save time, you can be much more efficient, and you can actually start producing content and social posts and everything that you can really be proud of and that you can really be excited about doing in this new year. So I'll see you back here tomorrow at 9 a.m. And I'll stick that link in the comment section right now. All right, thanks guys. See you tomorrow.